Hello you guys, these are the supplies that you need to make a crochet daisy granny square crop top. I'm using a bulky level 5 yarn, and I know it says to use 8mm hooks, but I learned that for granny squares you want to use a size smaller, so then the squares are more taut. And then we also have a needle to sew together the 3 granny squares. So this is going to be the middle of the daisy petals. This will be the border, and then this will also be the straps. To start off this project, you're going to use a magic circle or a magic ring. If you haven't done it before, feel free to pause and find a video on YouTube on how to do it. From there, we're going to do 12 single crochets into this magic ring. So what you're going to do is you go under the magic ring, grab the yarn over, and then pull through 2 loops to get your 1 single crochet. Go under the ring, grab the yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And you just keep going until you finish your 12 single crochets in this magic ring. And then you slip stitch to complete this round. And then I'll meet you at the end of this round. Once you've done your 12 single crochets into the magic ring, slip stitch, and then you'll have your center of your daisy. For the second row, you're going to chain 1 and then go into that same stitch and do a single crochet. So then you're going to have a total of another 12 single crochets in the second row. Make sure you go through the front and back loop, so the whole stitch. Grab your yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Once you've done your 12 single crochets in your second row, slip stitch, and then you have your full center of your daisy. And then cut the yarn. I like to leave about 2 inches on the ends. That way you have enough string to weave throughout the project. And then now we're adding a different color into our project. So now we're creating the petals of the daisy. So chain 2, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, grab 2, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, go through 2. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, and then pull through all 3. So then you're going to chain 3, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and this time you'll have 4 loops, and then yarn over, pull through all 4. So the rest of the petals will be the same exact pattern as that last one. Only the first petal is a little bit different. Let me slow it down for you guys. So you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, go under the yarn, go through the stitch, grab the yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through the stitch, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, once more, grab the yarn, go through the stitch, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, grab the yarn, and then pull through all 4 loops. And keep doing that until you have 12 petals. After you counted your 12 petals, find the top of the first petal and then you'll slip stitch into that. And then now you've finished your round of petals. Good job, you guys. Now find any of the chain 3 spaces to attach your new yarn color. So you're going to chain 1, 2, 3. That's going to be your first double crochet for your corner. And then you're going to do 2 more double crochets. And then chain 2. That's going to be your corner point. And then do 3 double crochets. So for the sides, you're going to do half double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, go through the chain space, grab the yarn, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And then you do that 3 times for each chain space. So then we're doing another side of the granny square, so you're going to do 3 half double crochets again. Now we're at a corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 3 double crochet, and then continue until you're at the end of your square. Now that we're at the end of the square, we're going to slip stitch to close off the row. Ta-da! You have your first granny square. Now once you have 3 of them, you're ready to put these together after you weave in the ends. For me, I like to twist the yarn so it's easier for it to go through the needle. So then I bend it and then I push that loop end through the needle hole. Everybody does it differently, but this is what I've found that works for me. And then what I'm going to do is to weave the yarn thread closer to the other same colored loose end, so then I could do a square knot and then tie them together. That way they won't come apart. To do a square knot, you go right over left, tie it up, and then you do left over right, and then tie it up. And the square knot is the strongest knot out there. And then you can cut these ends. And then keep weaving the ends for all of them. So I'm going to take one of the yarn threads, weave it closer towards the other same color yarn thread, and then do a square knot and then cut off the ends. So do that for all 3 of your granny squares, and then we'll start creating the straps. Once we have all of the ends weaved in and square knotted, next up is to block them. I use purl pins to pin down my granny squares, so I start off at one corner and then place pins at the other corners, and then I measure with the measuring tape to see if they're equidistant apart. If not, I make adjustments and then place the additional pins along the sides of the granny squares. Once these are all pinned down, I heat up my iron and then I steam block these babies. After letting these dry for at least 2 hours or overnight, I unpin it and you can see how squared and flat my granny squares are now. Next, we're going to do an invisible stitch into those 2 lines. I like to measure off how much yarn that I'm going to need when I do the invisible stitch. So as you can see, I laid it out on where I'm going to be doing the stitch and then give it a little bit extra length and then snip it. And now we're going to go right into it. So I flip one side facing up with another one, and then we're going to start in one of the corners, pierce through the other corner, and then pull the yarn through till the end and leave about 2 inches so you can weave that through. And then you go through the V-stitch for both sides, so both the front and back loops. And that will give you your invisible stitch. So you're going front and back, front and back. And we'll do this in one go so you don't have to cut your yarn after you do these 2. We've cut enough yarn so we can continue this invisible stitch onto the other side as well. Now that you're at your corner, we can flatten out your work and then see where the next square will go. So once again, you flip the granny square upside down, facing the right side facing up, and then you'll start invisible stitching at the corners all the way to the end. If I can get this corner through. And now you have the base of your crop top, you guys. Make sure you pull the ends so it flattens out this stitch, and then weave those ends into your project. We're going to start the straps at the top right corner of the granny square. So you're going to chain 100, and this is the same for all 4 straps, for both the neck straps and the waist straps. You're going to chain 100, and then you're going to do single crochets back down. Now that we have our 100 chains for the first strap, we're going to go ahead and do single crochets down each of those chains back till we meet the crop top base. Once we're at the bottom of the strap, we're going to go into the stitch and slip stitch to connect the strap to the base of the crop top. And then from there on, we're going to do single crochets along the crop top until we get to the next corner where we can start the next strap. Once you hit the center of your top, just keep going with the single crochets, and then once you get to a corner, start doing your 100 chains. Once you've made it back to the very first strap that you made, you can end off your project and then snip the yarn. And like always, I like to do a square knot with my ends, especially if they're next to each other, to keep them secure. And there you have it, your crochet daisy granny square summer crop top. I hope you enjoyed, you guys.
We have Miss Jasmine here, my very first crochet business customer. Okay, close your eyes so I can give you your purchase. I'm so excited. Okay, open your eyes.
Oh my gosh!
It's like,
I love it.
the color is amazing.
This is so literally perfect.
So you have like the neckties and then the waist ties.
Perfect.
Yeah! Crop top season!
Yes!
Now close your eyes again.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Close your eyes again.
Now what? Now I'm scared. Because I wasn't planning this.
I know. So as a token of appreciation for being my first customer.
You're so sweet.
It's a different version with the colors.
I love it. Oh my gosh. You
And
are
I
so
do
sweet.
too.
Thank you so much.